best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. The best of bias. It's the best of bias.
You are now listening to the Best of Bias podcast with Lydell Dinero and Hugo Twilight.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Lydell Dinero, and it's time for another episode of the Best of Bias podcast. You already know. It's your boy Lydell Dinero, and we got AKA in the building. You already know. You see him, you see what it is. It's time for another episode of the Best of Bias podcast, episode 105. Woo, 105. It has such a good ring to it. And thank you for being here. If you've been riding since episode 1, you're here through episode 105. We love y'all. Thank y'all. If y'all new listeners, welcome. We just go, Best of Bias podcast. We bring our bias to the table. You bring your bias to the table. We talk about it, and we just kind of throw it out there and just kind of debate. It's not even always a debate because we agree a lot of the times too. But it's just a good forum for us to get it all out there and just talk about it. So we're gonna talk about it. You ready for some topics?
Yeah, bring it.
Let's do it then. All right. So topic 1, basically, just let me know if you're not really interested in it, and we could just go past it because I have a lot of topics here. But I'm gonna take some time to do some sports stuff here in the beginning. Though you may not know too much about it, but it's some news that I'm gonna inform you on if you don't know too much about it. So in the Best of Bias listeners, I'm sure you guys heard about it too. Let's start with Aaron Rodgers going back to the Green Bay Packers, man. This here to me is kind of like, what the fuck just happened? All last offseason, he was fighting with the team, didn't want to come and play. He ended up coming and playing for this season. He left the team out on the line saying like he might want to get traded to another team. We all thought after they lost in the NFC, well, I don't even think they went to the NFC Championship in the second round of the playoffs because they had to buy the first round, that Aaron Rodgers was going to go to another team. He did all this stuff on a bunch of different podcasts, kind of hinting that he was flirting with a bunch of different teams. He wanted to go other places. But after all that, this man ends up becoming the highest paid player in NFL history. Well, he has the highest contract in NFL history. He got a 4-year, $200 million contract with $153 million guaranteed. Nutty. This man is 38 years old, I believe. So he's probably only gonna play 2 years of that contract. And whatever happens after that, he might decide he wants to get traded again, and he can hold the team hostage to get some more money with an extension if he wants to try to be like Tom Brady and play until like 45 or something, because he only won 1 championship. So and he's been playing for hella years, so it's kind of imperative for him to win some more championships to validate this crazy ass contract he got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
$200 million. Well, we thought Patrick Mahomes' contract was crazy. It was a 10-year, $500 million contract, but it was like spread out over a whole bunch of years, and there's ways that they can make the money work for the team and structure the contract to make the team better. But Aaron Rodgers just got paid the bag, and their team was already kind of over the salary cap. So their team might get gutted, but he's put it all out there to try to win a championship for Green Bay. That was one of the news stories for the week. Second news story, Russell Wilson taking his talents from Seattle to Denver, along with Noah Fant, Shelby Harris, a couple of draft picks, a couple of first this year. No, first and second this year, a couple of seconds. I don't know, a bunch of picks, but whatever it wasn't enough for Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson joins the division with Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Derek Carr. The AFC West is loaded now, but the Broncos got a lot better, and their chances to win the Super Bowl got a lot bigger. But yeah, that change is crazy. Him and Sierra going to go to the cold Denver from Seattle. I thought they would go someplace with a bigger market, maybe go to like New York, hoping for Tampa Bay, God damn it. But you never know. Las Vegas, you know what I'm saying? Places like that where Sierra can kind of like, move forward with her career, maybe do a residency in Vegas or something like that. But they decided to go to Denver.
What has she been doing lately?
I don't know. Being a mom, she had a couple kids, her and Russell Wilson. But basically, yeah, I don't know. But they're doing it big. I know he's made a whole bunch of money, and I'm sure he's making money. So, yeah, for sure. What else happened in NFL news? Yeah, it's just kind of crazy stuff going on right now. Deshaun Watson, I think we talked about him a little bit on the sports episode last week, but he goes to court on Friday. He was the Houston quarterback that's being accused of sexual assault by a bunch of different masseuses. It's like 22
Oh
different
yeah.
women, coming out and saying that he was sexually crude at these massage appointments. So he goes to the grand jury on Friday to see if he's either going to be guilty and go to jail. If they settle, he just pays them or whatever, and he gets suspended for a little while, or he's not guilty in general. So who knows what's going to happen there? So
He has to pay all of them.
I don't know. I'm sure I think he settled with a couple already, but I don't know. This kind of comes and pulls in also because we don't know what really happened. We don't know if he was actually going there and they knew it was up and he paid for the extra, the happy endings. And after after he wanted to, he wanted to leave the team in Houston. So maybe they all were in cahoots to try to get him in trouble. If he didn't want to play for Houston, he ain't gonna play for nobody type shit. You know what I'm saying? That's a conspiracy as well. But we don't know. We never know now. Maybe these girls wanted to get a quick money grab, but maybe he did do it on the same token. So we don't know any of the facts yet. It's been a couple of years, so I don't know what's actually really going on. But I guess on Friday we will find that out. But something on the same token, I don't know if you heard about the Chris Brown thing. Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit earlier, where he was being accused of raping a girl on P. Diddy's yacht at a party or whatever. And everybody, people just kind of try to pile on Chris Brown, not saying that he's been completely innocent and everything, but it's been, obviously he's not in jail. So a lot of the stuff that he's been accused of after the Rihanna stuff have just been like, I guess, money grabs, or he settled behind the scenes or some shit. I don't really know. But when people come out with the rape allegations, that's pretty serious allegations. And nowadays in the court of public opinion, stuff like that, the man is usually labeled guilty until proven innocent. And with Chris Brown is kind of in that situation right now. What do you feel about that situation?
I mean, I feel like if it wasn't for social media, the redemption part of it wouldn't be as good as it is for him right now, because he had somebody who posted the evidence that he had that proved that he was innocent.
Oh yeah, the voice chat.
Yeah, because usually they'll always blast the initial accusations, but then once whatever the verdict is, if he's acquitted or whatever, they never ever put that out really. If they do, it's always in small print. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. And they actually after they got the voice chat from her, or the Chris Brown's legal team got the girl's voice chat saying, "Oh, I know you heard the news. You haven't called me or try to blow me up or nothing. So I guess you don't hate me. I just want you to hang out with me again. I want you to fuck with me again. This and that." And his lawyers got a hold of that, and he played it all over Instagram, kind of showing that some of these girls are just out here for a quick money grab. $20 million. That's nuts. That's crazy for something that actually didn't happen. And the girl's lawyer actually backed out of the case after that came out. Shit was kind of crazy. But yeah, that just goes along to show that people, it's hard out here right now. People are doing anything for some cash. But if it did happen for the whole Deshaun Watson situation, if he does have to do some time because 22 women is hard to say that it's all money grabs, unless they all got paid by the Houston's owners to do that. And just
unless they are at the same clinic or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of weird, but yeah, that's just out there. And to stay on the sports topic real quick, today, or I think it was yesterday, receiver Calvin Ridley for the Atlanta Falcons actually got suspended a whole year for gambling, putting his team in a parlay, just gambling on NFL at all, being an NFL player, which is a big no-no. He actually had his team in a couple of parlays while he was out. He was out a lot last year or this past year with mental health issues, had some time away from the team for his mental health. But I guess during that time, he was betting about $1,500 in parlays, worth of money on parlays in the NFL, which is a no-no. So they suspended him for a full year. They're saying they're trying to make an example out of him to kind of like discourage further betting on the NFL, because you can't have people kind of messing up the integrity of the game like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, didn't he bet against the team, right?
Yeah, probably, because they sucked. I would bet against them too.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't do that, because like then they look at like your actions of like, did you do that shit on purpose?
Right. Yeah, kind of like insider trading.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, but it's kind of weird. People are kind of pushing back because they're saying like the owners are in cahoots with these, gambling sites, and they're able to, make money moves based on whatever the betting companies want to do, but the players can't even bet $1,500 and they're making millions and millions of dollars. But again, if you're a player, you're affecting the outcome of the game, and that can trickle down into point shaving and all this other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think they're trying to make an example out of them.
I feel like you should be able to bet on other games, not your own game though.
Well, you can bet on any other sport. You know what I mean? If you're a professional athlete in that sport,
Damn.
I don't know. The players, if you're an NFL player, you have access to other players, them, you can ask them what's going to happen. So I feel like there's one not in the game at all. So, but a year, he even said like, man, a full year for $1,500, he's losing $11 million in salary for that $1,500 bet. People are saying that's the worst bet in the history of betting. $1,500, you lose $11 million. That's just crazy. Fuck. All right, moving on. Just want to throw that out there. Best of Bias listeners, you let us know how you feel about that. Calvin Ridley, he was pretty good too. I think that you can also say another conspiracy in that, man. He wanted to quit the Falcons. He didn't want to play for them no more. And he was like, oh, you betting? Okay. DraftKings let them know real quick, like, oh yeah, Calvin Ridley's over here betting $1,500 worth of shit. He's like, oh yeah, we got you. But yeah, but also people were saying on Twitter, Twitter was getting kind of crazy. They're like, yeah, well, people, you're comparing like people that got domestic violence against them only got suspended for 5 games or like 6 games, and you're suspending him a full year for gambling $1,500. But I mean,
money.
Yeah,
money.
It's the principle. You can't, you mess up that cash flow, the integrity of the game. Yeah, they ain't having it. They ain't having it. But yeah, hopefully, this a year off. I don't know. That can just do so much to your football career, just sitting out a year. Like, what if he's not allowed at the facilities or anything like that? That's just crazy.
Yeah.
Nutty. While we on sports again, Coach K had his last game over there at Duke at their home. I forgot. I'm stupid right here. I can't be a sports guy and not know where Duke plays. Sorry, I don't know the legendary arena's name. But Coach K played his last game there against North Carolina. A bunch of the old Duke players came. The game, I guess, itself, they had the tickets there were cost more to get there into the last game for Coach K than the Super Bowl. So people were cashing out to go to this fucking last basketball game for Coach K. And the fucked up thing was the team lost. Duke lost. They played against North Carolina, and they blew out North Carolina when they played them earlier in the season. And Duke and North Carolina is a big rivalry game too. And for him to lose on his last game on the court, it just left a sour taste in their mouth. So they got to go out there and win the tournament now, because Coach K can't go out like that. He can't go out like that. That's kind of fucked up.
Horrible.
But shout out Coach K. Thank you for everything you contributed to basketball. Go ahead, kick your feet up, man. I think he was coaching since like the 80s, college basketball. So he's been doing it a long time, coaching the USA basketball team. He just retired from that. And yeah, man, he had his footprint on a lot of people in the college basketball world, a lot of high schoolers transitioning into the NBA and kind of molding and, building camaraderie with a lot of the NBA players that have gone to the Olympics and played over there and brought us a lot of gold medals back. So thank you, Coach K, and enjoy retirement, sir. 50 Cent, leaving sports alone for a little bit. Actually, one more sports topic. LeBron James scoring 56 points on the Warriors the other night.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! He went off against the Warriors, man. I think they're at the Crypto Center. No more Staples Center. It's a crypto.com arena or some shit like that. He dropped 56 on the number 3 seeded Warriors, going off at 37 years old. You know what I mean? Doing stuff still that hasn't been seen before in the NBA as far as longevity goes. Spends $1 million on his body a year. And it's kind of incredible seeing what we're seeing, man. Seeing him still being able to, he's probably going to win the scoring championship this year, being the leading scorer in the NBA at 37. So it's kind of nuts. Shout out King James. And thank you for beating the Warriors and bringing them down a little bit, in the West, even though the Warriors are trash right now. The Lakers are trash right now, may not even make the playoffs. But you beat the Warriors and brought them down a little bit. So thank you for that. 50 Cent. 50 Cent threatened to take his shows from Stars due to them not picking up season 2 of Tommy. I forgot what the Power season of Tommy is called. Is it Power? It's not Power. It's I don't know. It's something. Whatever it is.
I don't know,
yeah, I don't know exactly what the name is, but Stars didn't pick up season 2 right away, but they picked up season 2 or season 3 of Hightown So 50 Cent is mad, and he's saying since they don't want to pick up his show, he's gonna take all the shows and go to a different network, basically.
He gonna pack his bags, yeah.
Right, he's gonna pack his stuff up and leave, put it in a couple of memes on Instagram and stuff like that. I think this is just a negotiation tactic. 50 Cent, he's kind of a bully when it comes to negotiation. He don't negotiate like regular people. What do you think? Do you think he's gonna really leave Stars?
I mean, if he do, I'm sure it's something like Netflix would be like calling his phone immediately.
Oh yeah, Netflix will blow. Oof,
Yeah.
that'd be
Oh,
crazy.
Yeah, in a second. But there's a bunch of streaming services that'd love to get their hands on that shit, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So yeah.
HBO
you can
Max.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel it. Yeah, but I'm excited to see because he has some more shit coming. They have to pick up Tommy. I think it's right now. It's like one of the most watched shows on Stars right now, especially the premiere. I know it did a bunch of numbers.
Don't they got one about the sun too?
Yeah, that was the Power Book Ghost. It's about Tyreek.
Okay.
He goes to college. It's like right after Ghost dies. Spoiler alert if you guys haven't seen regular Power yet.
I don't watch that stuff.
He goes to college and he just kind of he slowly becomes Ghost, selling drugs at college. Mary J. Blige is in it as like one of the main people on the show. So it's a good continuation of it. And then they have Tommy, and like after Ghost got shot again, he drove to supposedly he was driving to California. But during the beginning of the episode, he decided to go to Chicago. And in Chicago, hell shit's going down with Tommy in Chicago. It's a good ass show. Episode like 4 or 5 just came out. It should get picked up, and I'm sure it will. It's really good, but I don't think he's gonna leave because he's still got BMF. Another season of BMF they gotta be dropped. I think he's doing a prequel episode where they show how him and Tommy and Tasha like all met and shit like that. So I don't know. I think they still got a lot to go over there, and I don't think 50 Cent's really gonna leave. They give him that bag, and he'll stay. You know what I'm saying? You need to check out some of those shows if you haven't already. What else we got? Weekly Kanye West segment, man. Have you seen that video for Easy yet? Was it Easy?
Yeah. The one with the horrible ass cartoon, like stop motion. That one.
Yeah. So I guess I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen clips of it. Kanye West in the game came out with a song, came out a while ago, called Easy, but the video finally came out and it depicted a whole bunch of like scenes of him burying and killing Pete Davidson and walking around with his head and shit like that. It's just getting kind of out of hand, man. I just kind of feel like he's going a little overboard with this Pete Davidson shit. I think we say this shit every week, but now it's just more and more he's pushing the line, towing the line, and I feel like if it wasn't Pete Davidson, I don't think we'd be okay with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Do you think he's going a little far?
I mean, I think he's just being like a sample. I don't know. He's doing too much. I guess it's like too far. I mean, too far started when he originally seen his girl with another dude, and he's still trying to get his girl back. To me, that would have been enough for me. So yeah. I don't know, but yeah. I know. Leave that man alone. Let him be the rebound king, and move on. It's Kanye. You got. I don't know. Maybe it's something special. I don't know.
I don't know. It must be. It must be because you have all the money in the world. I guess it don't really buy love and happiness. And once he fell into that, he found love and happiness. He got a whole bunch of kids over there. He got like 4 kids with her though. So I feel like. Yeah, he had a happy home over there, and he felt like it all came crumbling down. I don't know. He's lost a lot in his life, and I feel like that buildup can break anybody. And I feel like he is kind of breaking slowly. But when he does break slowly, some of the best music comes out from him. So I don't know. It's a catch-22 because we want to see him get better, but the music and the art is still there. So we're like, keep doing what you're doing, but sometimes you're going too far. I don't know. I don't want to trash the man too much because I feel like as a culture, we do need some of his inspiration and kind of musical prowess in the game to teach the younger generation how to do some of the stuff he does do. Also in the fashion world, he's opening doors for, more African-American kind of urban people in the fashion world. So that's also something we do need him for, but I don't know. I still want him to be well at the same time and not just watch him kind of erode like we are watching now. threatening a man's life over something that you learn in grade school not to trip over as much as he's tripping over, and he's a billionaire, kind of doing the most with what he can. It's just kind of nuts. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's either he is really tripping or it's just the best promotion for an album that I've ever seen.
Yeah. Or he's he's trying to just do everything. He's always trying to do little new stuff and be abstract. So he's like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna take advantage of the situation. And he's also helping Pete Davis get more famous.
Yeah,
So,
and he hasn't said shit either. I haven't seen nothing. Maybe
nope.
I haven't watched Saturday Night Live in a long time, but maybe he's on there still. But I haven't seen shit about Pete Davidson. He hasn't responded or nothing like that. I just hope none of those goons that he's trying to send over to Pete Davidson ever get there, because I know a lot of people in the industry know Pete Davidson and are friends with Pete Davidson.
What goons is Kanye? I can't. What goons?
I couldn't picture it either. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Even his
That's
fans.
like saying that's almost like Will Smith saying, "I'm gonna send my goons to get you." Okay. In West Philadelphia, born and raised.
You gonna break dance and dance battle me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
Right.
Yeah.
Niggas from Philly is like, nah, I mean, we fuck with you, Will, but nah.
And niggas ain't going to jail over Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
Nah. I don't think that's gonna happen, Kanye. So I think you need to treat it like high school, like you already are, and just keep making fun of him, because man, I feel like you'll lose so much credibility if you were to fight, even had something happen to Pete Davidson, because that's so low. It's like when the nerd at school takes your girlfriend, it's like you do whatever you can as the cool guy to embarrass that nerd. It's like, what are you doing? Like, bruh, she chose the guy that's opposite of you for a reason. Maybe she didn't want to have to deal with the shit that you're putting her through. But I don't know. I don't want to be judgmental.
I don't know. Pete Davidson seems kind of bipolar too. So
yeah, he has talked a lot about mental health and going to therapy and stuff like that. So he could be dealing with some stuff, and maybe Kim Kardashian is his piece at this point in time. But I don't think it's good for his mental health with Kanye West and him trying to militarize his fans to, do shit.
I agree.
Davidson. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. What else do I got here? Brittney Griner being detained in Russia for having vape cartridges in her suitcase while she was traveling back to the USA from Russia. If you didn't know, Brittney Griner is a WNBA player. I think she plays for the Phoenix Mercury. If she doesn't, do not kill me, Best of Bias listeners out there and all my WNBA fans. And I believe she also plays WNBA. Well, I don't think it's called the WNBA. She plays basketball overseas in Russia during the off season from the WNBA to make more money, because they don't really get paid hella money in the WNBA. So even though she's actually won like a championship and shit like that, and she's probably one of the more prominent players, she be out there dunking and shit. But she still has to go overseas to, play during the offseason to make more money. And you know what's going on in Russia right now, so it's not really a good time to be traveling from Russia to the United States. So she was detained by allegedly having vape cartridges in her bag, which contained marijuana in a vape pen. And they're saying because of that, they're going to hold her. And that, the sentence for that is up to 10 years if she's convicted of it. You know what I'm saying? So people are thinking they're going to hold her for like negotiation tactics with the USA to get them to release some of the sanctions or do some shit like that to let her, let her go from Russia. You know what I mean? Have you heard about that?
Yeah. I seen they had a picture of her sitting there with a mugshot, but yeah, Russia is doing too much. I feel like right now they're being bullies, showing like, you know what, nobody wants to go to war with us because they know if they do go to war, it's World War III, so we can do what the fuck we want to. It's like they're sitting there just poking, trying to provoke. Right. Yeah, that's what it feels like, but we'll see.
And then supposedly she's been over there for 3 weeks, detained already, and nobody even knew. You know what I mean? And her girlfriend or her wife has been thanking everybody for the support and bringing light to the story because she was over there for 3 weeks already and nobody even knew about it. So that's how crazy it can be right now. People can go, and she's a famous WNBA player. What if it was a regular ass American coming from Russia that got detained for no reason just because they don't fuck with Americans right now? They'd never hear from you again. Snatch your phone up, put you in jail. That's just crazy.
It might already happen. We don't even know.
Yeah, exactly. So this story kind of brings light to that kind of shit, man. And Shit is crazy right now. Everybody be safe, especially everybody traveling now since these regulations have been loosened, these mandates and stuff have been loosened. I know I'm heading out of the country in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy this weather, enjoy this sunshine.
Where
But
you
I'm
going?
not Aruba,
Okay.
going to Aruba and during the summer. So I am excited. A couple months here. So I am gonna enjoy that tropical water and some of that sun. Use some PTO. You know what I'm saying? And kind of
Mm-hmm.
do my thing out there. Veronica's going. V-Rounds is going to Hawaii. So we're actually having little separate vacations. But you know, we're gonna enjoy each other in spirit. But hey, sun's open, sun's out again. We need to get out here on vacation, see the world while we can, because you never know what the fuck is gonna go on in the next coming years. So get out there, travel, enjoy your family, and enjoy your peoples, man. Go out there and see the world, see the country. Go to someplace new. Go eat at a new restaurant. You know, go get a new video game. Play Madden. See me in 2K. Lydell Dinero, 22, PlayStation 5. But anyways, yeah. Next topic here. Yeah, but free Brittney Griner, man. That's too much, man. I
Yeah,
took some.
that's just
Yeah,
that's fucked up.
yeah. You can move through fucking airports freely with vape cartridges out here. Well, if you go to the right states, but they're letting you take ounces of weed from LAX to Las Vegas and shit like that. And
They
you
even
can't
say it
even.
was THC.
Yeah. Oh no, actually, I don't even think they confirmed, but yeah, yeah. I don't know. It has to be though. It has to be though. 10 years for fucking tobacco. Fuck that. Yeah.
Tripping.
But yeah. Next, let's talk about our gas prices since we're talking about Russia. God damn it, our gas prices right now. Have you seen them, boys?
Have I seen them? Fuck
How,
them.
how are they out there for you right now?
It's like $5, a little bit over five. Like, I think I was paying like 506 or something for mine.
What? We have 563. We out here
Maybe
pushing
maybe
it.
it's going up.
We out here pushing the $6. Yeah, it's
Uh,
bad. I was talking to some people saying they put $55 in their tank and it was only half a tank. I'm like,
yeah.
whoa,
Well, I put $40 in and it was half a tank. So yeah.
what the fuck? That is nutty.
That's a lot.
Yeah, man. And I don't even this traffic be sucking up all my gas. I got a 20-minute drive, 28-minute drive to work. And I should be
Same here.
that shit
Same
is
here.
crazy as hell. And this is due to the war in Ukraine. People are saying it's a direct kind of like response from that. Our gas prices are hiking since we're not getting that oil from Russia right now, and due to some of the sanctions we put on them, they're kind of stopping the flow, obviously. So we actually did the same to them, kind of. We stopped the oil rush, oil coming in to other countries, going out to other countries, so that they're losing hella money. Their money right now is worth 50% less. The ruble is worth 50% less. So they're hoping some of these sanctions could help, stop what's going on in Ukraine and help us. But I don't know, man. I feel like that's just gonna cause more damage, and our gas price is gonna be hella expensive more before they get lower. You know what I'm saying? Because they have to make up for that loss. And I feel like it's gonna affect more than just gas. Over time, it's gonna affect more shit like food, natural resources, and shit like that. So, god damn it, I feel like war is just negative in a whole bunch of different areas than just fucking the fighting. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit economically and shit like that, economic warfare. I don't know, shit,
I don't know
cyber
the shit
warfare.
the shit they've been showing. This shit ain't cool. Like they over there like killing like just random people.
Blowing up
People ain't
hospitals,
even.
all.
Yeah, they shooting people in like cars who just driving home from going to get some eat or some shit.
Wow,
Like,
yeah, I've been seeing
yeah,
videos.
I saw a video where like it was an old couple and they just like the tank rolled up on them and just shot them. Pow, and it just kept
With the
going.
tank.
Yeah,
Whoa, that is nuts. That is
yeah.
nuts. Yeah, shit's going down out there, man. And let's complain about gas prices. Is like, yeah, I should have mentioned that. We should have mentioned that first. My bad. Shouts out to the Ukraine and everybody out there fighting, man. Yeah, I just hope this shit stops. Hopefully, NATO can help stop what's going on, stop the losing of lives. I'm tired of seeing updates on Twitter about, oh, this place getting blown up and this many injured and this many dying. Like, I thought I saw a ceasefire earlier, and 10 minutes, 25 minutes later, there was a, Russia like. Went against the ceasefire and started blowing shit up again. It's like, What's the end goal in this shit, man? How you gonna take over someplace that's already fucking blown to hell? Like, why are you?
Yeah, the fucked up part is it looks super one-sided because all you see is like what Russia has done to them. You hear like little stories here and there about, heroic Ukrainian soldiers doing something, but you always see nothing but the Russians just fucking shit
Yeah,
up though.
yeah, man. Well,
And then
man,
I keep going back to the fact that they ain't letting black folks out the country and shit, but it's still hard not to feel for these people. This
no,
shit
yeah,
just fucked
absolutely.
up.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
Just
but then now I'm feeling for like what the fuck is gonna happen when Russians get to those black folks that ain't letting out the country? Like, what they gonna do to them?
yeah, yeah. Especially because they're supposed to be letting people evacuate with safe passage, but I don't think they'll be that. I don't know. Especially people that the Ukrainians are kind of looking down upon. I feel like the Russians will just, yeah. I hope not. I hope not. Hope somehow. I don't want USA to intervene like that. Just put some of our soldiers at risk. But I just want everybody to get out safely. That needs to be out of there safely. Shall we talk about Batman box office? 128 million first week. Second biggest box office, making since obviously Spider-Man. That just blew everything out of the water. But yeah, it was pulled from Russia since we were talking about Russia. They're not trying to help Russia at all financially, but they pulled it. Batman was pretty good. I liked it. I actually did like it a lot. I put it up there, probably my second favorite Batman movie. I kind of unpopular opinion like Batman and Robin a lot, just because I watched it so much as a kid. but The Dark Knight, I would have.
Isn't that the one with the was it Arnold Schwarzenegger is Dr. Freeze or whatever his name is?
Uma
Oh my
Thurman,
God,
Poison
yeah.
Ivy, George Clooney, Batman, Chris O'Connell, Robin. You had a clueless girl, Amanda, whatever her name was.
Oh
Batman.
yeah, wasn't there Riddler in that one too?
That was the other one. That was Batman Forever.
Okay.
With Jim Carrey and Tommy
Yeah.
Lee was Two-Face.
That's
They
right.
had the cast for those movies, but they're hella stupid. It was like comedy rather than actually like But this one was really serious, had a super serious tone. I was telling you earlier, it was kind of like that movie Seven with Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt. Actually, that's not my opinion because I personally haven't seen that movie. I've been trying to watch bits and pieces, but I'll watch some and listen to some review podcasts on the movie. And they said that director of that movie, you can hella tell that what was it, Matt Reeves got a lot of inspiration from that movie to film this one. A lot of the angles. I really liked how it was super practical. It wasn't like a superhero movie stuff like just a Batman action movie. It's more like showing the basis of how Batman was, like 2 years of him becoming Batman, how he was a master detective, how he was like hella smart and like can figure shit out more than the cops. You know what I mean? It showed Gotham in a sense where it wasn't like super huge. Like in other movies, seeing Gotham, it looks like it's fucking like states wide. This one's like it's a little town. You know what I mean? The person that played Riddler was pretty cool. When you see the actor that played him, he's super unsuspecting, but it was a really good role he played. The Riddler was cool. There was a special cameo in there. I'm not going to tell you guys about. You guys see it to check it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to spill the beans. But it was cool. 3 hours long, 3 hour runtime. Freaking Zoe Kravitz did great as Catwoman. Let's see who else was in it. We had Colin Farrell as Penguin. Of course, he did a great job because the prosthetics on him, you couldn't even tell it was him. You know what I'm saying? That was pretty good. We had dude from shit, I don't know his name. Fuck. Have you seen Zohan? You Can't Mess with the Zohan with Adam Sandler?
Years ago.
Have you seen, I know you've seen Transformers.
Yeah.
So like the kind of Middle Eastern guy that was
he got fired at first. The guy from all those old Spike Lee movies, like Do the Right Thing and shit. He was the pizza man.
Oh yeah, I think I know
the guy that worked the pizza shop.
Yeah, he was in there. He was playing Falcone, one of the famous bad guys in Batman lore. So there's a lot of good stars in there. Of course, what's his name? Twilight played Batman. I forgot his name.
Twilight. Oh.
yeah.
Robert Pattinson or something like that.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson.
Something like that. Yeah,
he did a good job too. He wasn't as buff as the Ben Affleck Batman. He was a little skinnier.
I mean, clearly hella younger.
Yeah, well, shit, I don't. People don't really. Maybe they get buff as he was supposed to be like 27 in this. So
Even the Dark Knight one wasn't as buff as Ben Affleck's. He was
that
more
nigga was super
he was cut up.
Yeah.
He was all I don't know. I think it would make less sense anyways to be all cut up like that. If you stay cut up like that, you ain't got no fucking stamina.
Yeah. And they said Batman's more like a ninja anyway. He's not supposed to like deadlift 500 pounds. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be like quick and kind of agile. But in this one, they made his suit pretty dope.
But he does deadlift 500 pounds in the comic.
Really?
Well, I mean, I think he bench presses like 1,000 pounds.
God damn.
Yeah. So.
God damn. But yeah, and
strong ass nigga.
And this one it's kind of cool though, because it's full his suit. You can like when he's walking up, you can hear how heavy his boots are. You can really see like he has metal in his gloves and shit like that. He said like when you see that, when they see this bat signal, it's not just a warning in the shadows. I am the shadows, and it showed them like every scene. They just heard the sound of his boots. It was like they didn't want to do crimes. They got scared because they never knew if Batman would be lurking in the shadows. It could pop out and just fuck your ass up. So it was pretty tight. And he was like, in this kind of like part in Batman's life, he's vengeance.
He just pop out and fuck your ass up out of nowhere.
Exactly. So everybody was scared. No matter where he was, where they were, even if he wasn't really there, they were just scared because he could be in the shadows watching, waiting to whoop their ass. Yeah. And in this Batman, he says that he's vengeance. He hasn't really found, how Batman is, he's trying to help the city just to help it, be hope for the city. He's just trying to avenge his dad's death and just cleanse the city of all evil by whooping their ass. And he doesn't really have the mindset of Batman yet. So it's an interesting kind of like way of setting up this Batman series in this Batman world. It's going to be pretty dope. And in this one, they don't really show you the origin stories of, how his mom and dad got killed, which they do in every other Batman. They don't actually waste time showing you that scene. They're assuming you already kind of know.
Yeah, everybody know. You've seen it 1,000 times. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, they went ahead and eliminated that, and made it a little cooler for you that way. But yeah, it was a cool movie. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. 128 million first week. I'm sure it'll do big numbers next week too. People will see it twice, 3 times, 4 times to review it on podcasts. Because there's a lot of stuff you may have missed, and it kind of has like very, very introspective stuff showing parallels between Batman and his villains. And people on podcasts have also said like a lot of the Batman villains in the Batman verse are kind of like perspectives of Batman's personality, but in a different kind of way that are kind of shown that he's not allowed to show. A kind of like they talked about kind of like juxtaposition between him and his kind of villains. And his villains are kind of cool in that way because they all personally know how to make him tick. And when you watch Batman movies, every time he goes after them, it's like it's a personal relationship. That Joker and Batman relationship they got.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But it's pretty dope. Go check it out. Go see it. Everybody did great. I still think Dark Knight and with the Heath Ledger was way better as far as like, you already know. But
action movie, superhero movie.
Exactly. This one was just kind of setting stuff up. It's good though. Really good directed, shot beautifully. Drink Champs interview. The Game's talking crazy. He said that Kanye West did more for him in 2 weeks than Dr. Dre did for him in his whole career.
Wow. Yeah.
How do you feel about that statement?
I mean, I don't know. It's some things that like, why would you even say that in the first place? Like, unless you have some kind of animosity towards Dre, and I don't see how he could because Dre is the person that put him on in the first place. So I don't know, but
he also said that he's a better rapper than Eminem.
Yeah, I heard that one. I mean, people are supposed to feel like they're the best rapper when doing that, but I mean, realistically, nah, he couldn't lyrically go up against Eminem. I mean, I've heard a few of Game's songs, and I never thought he was like a super, super good lyricist. I thought he was just like a on par lyricist.
Yeah.
I'd give him. It wasn't nothing that I would be like, yeah, he can go up with the J. Cole's and the Kendricks and the the Andre 3000s and shit like that. I didn't see him in that category. So no.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, but ah, it's interesting to me. A lot of these artists out here right now are kind of claiming a lot of like super high stakes. The Baby actually just said him and NBA YoungBoy's album is the best collab album since Jay-Z and Kanye West has Watch the Throne. So that confidence, I guess, is what you need to have to show, I don't know, to attract fans nowadays. But him saying that he's better than Eminem as a rapper and saying they can beat him in a versus, it's kind of crazy talk to me. It's a difference between being confident and being humble. I would have said I would have took a different route. Because even when he said that, they were like, "What? Wait, what did you just say?" Like you said, you can beat him in a versus. Nori kind of actually reacts like that a lot when people say kind of shocking stuff to get him to repeat it, to kind of stand on it. But I don't know. Saying that Kanye, what did Kanye West do for you in 2 weeks? Did he put him in a position with higher power people, like money making people that can make him a bunch of money? I thought Dr. Dre produced his whole first album and connected him with something.
Hey, I mean, you could say that, but maybe he wasn't like I think what was his name again? 2 Chainz said the same thing about Disturbing the Peace. He said that Kanye did more for him, than they did in his whole career too. So it's like maybe it's true. Maybe he made more money dealing with Kanye in 2 weeks than he ever made with dealing with Dre, which wouldn't be an insult. It would just be a fact. So
yeah. And I don't think he really made it. He was just kind of talking at the time. I don't think he really thought it would blow up like it did get blown up.
He was fucking downing fucking bottles of tequila and shit. So
yeah, you kind of have to take it in context of what the interview actually is, because that's what they do on that show. They kind of just talk shit and kind of boost up the person that they're interviewing by giving them hella shots to say some crazy shit. And that's kind of what happened. And he probably was also trying to, one up that Kanye West interview and try to do whatever he can to kind of like spread shit. He also said he had like a long ass song loaded up just in case anything ever happened to him that he can just put out and have a whole bunch of music on there with music just in case he dies or some shit. I don't know, some weird ass shit that he was talking on the podcast. But shout out to Game and shout out to you and your career, because I guess it's doing great right now since his shit in the last couple of months. But his name is really in the public sphere a lot more since that happened. So shout out to him. Shout out to everything he got going. Ryan Coogler detained in Atlanta. He's been out there shooting Black Panther 2. It's been a whole bunch of setbacks due to like people getting injured and COVID related issues, but he was detained at a Bank of America because he went in there, he had his mask on and his glasses and a hat and a little beanie, and he wrote on an envelope, I want to what's the word?
Withdraw 10,000.
It was 12,000. I want to withdraw $12,000 from my account, but when you take it out, please count it discreetly or something, like count it somewhere else. I want it to be discreet or something like that. And I guess me personally, I thought it was just because he wrote that on an envelope. She thought he was trying to rob the bank, the teller. But I guess since he was trying to make a $12,000 withdrawal, flag something supposedly that made her want to call the police. So they detained his driver and everybody sitting out in the car waiting for him to come out of the bank, and they detained him. And they're saying it was a mistake, but I don't know. Ryan Coogler, he has ID showing his card. His name is there. He's asking for a deposit. He has an account, or withdrawal. He has an account. I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah, I think that she probably just saw the note and got scared. Instead of looking it up, just immediately black dude, beanie on, note, $12,000, reaction, hit a button, boom. That's probably what happened. And then they just add a little extra thing about, it's some kind of alert to somewhere. I find it to be bullshit because I don't know.
Ryan Coogler, that's like, and it's a black lady, pregnant black lady too. They try to throw that in there to make it less hurtful, but nigga, y'all fucked up and y'all should be held.
It don't matter what nationality they are. Shit, society is everybody. And I mean, black people see black people the same way everybody else see black people.
Well, I'm saying the headlines, the Bank of America don't want to seem racist, so they wanted to make sure that everybody knew that was a black teller. So it wasn't a white person just being racist.
Yeah, a racist thing is just a discrimination thing. It's just people see black people as a threat.
Well, I mean,
regardless if you black or whatever.
it's Atlanta, so I feel like it's majority black people anyway.
No, but even regardless, like even like if you go out and you partying, if you walk up on a bunch of unfamiliar black people, people tend to tense up a little bit.
Yeah, and that's anybody. Well, I mean, I know what
Yeah.
you're saying though, but I know exactly what you're saying. But
Yeah.
fuck that. Yeah. That's just wild. I would never. Oh God, because you don't want to say your name because people might know you, and then you don't want to walk around with a bunch of money because it's robbing season. So just write a little note. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It should be some kind of protocol for people that are. I mean, I don't know. Do famous people really bank at Bank of America? Is that common?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
But yeah, Ryan Coogler, I think you should take your money to a different bank. That alone should let you know, do not bank with us local people. You rich people should bank somewhere else. Don't trust it. Moving on. Kelly Clarkson. This is kind of a big story because it happened to Adele too, I guess. I remember when she got a divorce from her husband, she had to pay spousal support to him. Kelly Clarkson is paying alimony to her ex-husband, Brandon Blackstock, $1.4 million for alimony and $45,000 a month in child support, even though Kelly Clarkson has primary custody and he only sees her like once a weekend, like once a month or some shit like that, which is another case of like, how the hell does that happen? Like I said, Adele has to pay her ex-husband, some crazy ass amount in spousal support as well. Do you think this is a fair situation?
With him with alimony, yeah. I mean that's fair. We're talking about equality, but with the child support part, I never understand why that goes the way it does anyways. Why is he paying? Why is she having to pay so much for child support when he only has a kid for one day? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Unless she agreed on it, like, yeah, I'll pay you this much as long as I get to keep her all the time. Then I can understand that. But I mean, that's the only thing I can think of being logical is her just doing it just to get the kid the majority of the time.
Yeah, and it's she makes $20 million a year, so I guess this is why they came to that agreement. Yeah. That's what she got going, you know what I'm saying? But I guess that's how they came up with that. A lot of women I've heard.
Plus, didn't he already get half? I'm sure he got half, whatever the money was too, right? I'm assuming.
I don't know. I don't know. I just heard a lot of like I know Dr. Dre, and I don't know if the same situation, but spousal support. A lot of people are saying like after they get a divorce for somebody that's hella famous, they feel like they still need to be living the same lifestyle and be able to live the same lifestyle. So they're giving them the spousal support that's hella money. That's hella money. That's just crazy to think about. I think if you divorce from somebody and that person's hella rich, unless you have hella kids and help them make the business or money that that they made, I don't know. I don't think they should have to support the lifestyle that you just so you can live like I'm living now because we got divorced. Especially what if it was a divorce that she did something and you want a divorce from her, or vice versa? He did something to her and she wants a divorce. You still have to pay his spousal support.
Yeah, I feel like there should be like certain. I mean, there are prenuptial agreements, but I mean,
Right.
I feel like there should be more like stipulations. I know, like, you're cheating wise, I feel like you shouldn't have to pay shit, really. And I feel like, I don't know, if you find out like anything, like say you find out one of the kids ain't yours, or so, I feel like those things should all be factors in how much you pay after you guys split.
And be back taxes. You owe me money. The kid wasn't mine for 18 years.
Yeah.
So that would be about $3,655,000.
Yeah, she did the primary spending, so because she spent more money and I made it, shows that she's not really responsible with money, finances. So
exactly.
I don't know. And we can deduct the fact that she bought like 1,000 pair of shoes. So,
just imagine the lawyers that kind of fight for those people. It's like you're helping this person take millions of dollars away from somebody. That person probably hates you forever. You're gonna watch your back outside on the streets.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if any of them are men, it probably happened to them too. And or unless they're like really rich females, because that doesn't happen as often. You don't hear about it, at least.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
that's just nuts.
yeah, I always say about that type of shit, like when it happens to females, is like, do I agree with it? Yeah, I agree that it should be equal, but I still think all that shit's wrong in the first place. Like just because you guys are in a relationship, now all of a sudden you owe this person a crap ton of money. It would make sense if that person helped you build whatever your organization is or thing that got you to where you're at. But if they just like was there,
He
just
wasn't with me
existed
shooting
around,
in the gym.
yeah, just hovered.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't even know how these even laws came to be or when they were determined, but I think we probably need to take a look at them and kind of like, revisit these. I know there's each case is different, but sheesh, I don't think she should be cashing out like that, especially if you don't.
I think the only
So,
time it should be is if there's kids. It should only be child support. That's all it should
yeah,
be.
for sure. For sure. Last topic here. I want to see how much you care about this. People, you already know about the King Von, NBA YoungBoy kind of like Lil Durk kind of beef thing going on, right?
Well, King Von got killed. I know that.
Right, and he's part of OTF, which is part of Lil Durk's clique.
Okay.
What's it? Quando Rondo is part of NBA YoungBoy's clique. Uh, Quando Rondo's entourage had a part in the killing of King Von, and there's
Mm-hmm.
been back and forth ever since. Since NBA YoungBoy got out of jail, he's kind of been dissing, standing up and saying he's gonna ride with Quando Rondo no matter what, and kind of dissing OTF, Lil Durk, and everybody affiliated with Lil Durk, or even has done a song with Lil Durk, or could be even affiliated with Lil Durk a little bit. NBA YoungBoy put out a diss song dissing Lil Baby, dissing hella different other people, hella artists that don't have nothing to do with the beef, that are just friends with Lil Durk, 21 Savage, this person, that person, everybody, pretty much, multiple freestyles. And pretty much it's just a lot of beef going on between the two sides. And then recently, DaBaby just came out with a joint mixtape with NBA YoungBoy. So everybody is kind of talking shit to DaBaby, saying that why would they do music with NBA YoungBoy and the ops and this shit and like that, people that are under Lil Durk, and Lil Baby is like, or not Lil Baby, excuse me, DaBaby was like, I ain't gonna let you little niggas that aren't even knowing what the beef is really about let me know who I'm gonna get money with. I have no parts in either of the beef. I'm just trying to make money off an album. Um, Everybody knows where I stand in this. I'm trying to stay out of it. Real gangsters know how I move. And if any of you little niggas got something to say to me, do something type shit. So ever since then, a lot of people, I wouldn't say little, just kind of artists from OTF, not Lil Durk, I want to say, has been coming out saying that DaBaby is kind of goofy for doing music with NBA YoungBoy, even though he's, NBA YoungBoy is making a whole bunch of money on YouTube. He's kind of blackballed on streaming sites, but he makes, I heard, like $10 million a month or something crazy like that on YouTube that his label pretty much takes all of, and he don't even get the money for it. So he has a lot of views and a lot of people a lot of fans out there. So DaBaby, I think, and he just took it as an opportunity to put out an album with somebody that's really popular and that he can make some money off of, not off of, but with. But everybody's kind of taking a hating to DaBaby just because he feels like he's putting himself in a situation again and taking NBA YoungBoy's side. How do you feel about that?
I have yet to hear a single NBA YoungBoy song at all.
I
don't
just
think
now
I've
started to hearing what he was all about. Kind of heard a couple of songs of his. I've never really listened to him either.
Yeah, is it any good?
He's pretty good. Yeah, he actually is pretty good. Really melodic.
Okay.
He's pretty good actually. It's just really like really trappy kind of hood shit, but it's good. He flows. It's and he's hella young, like 23, 24. So he has a lot of potential to grow. It's just like he just be on some like real hood shit, kind of dissing everybody, getting in trouble a lot, and kind of derailing his career with some of the shit that he does. And he's in a fucked up label situation, so he's not really making the money off all the views and all the fans that he actually does have. So it's kind of shitty. But yeah, it's just kind of it's just I just don't like to see it because these people are two rappers that have bright futures. They're both very young, and it's probably somebody gonna get killed.
I feel like when you're doing some bitch shit anyway, it's like when it comes to this industry and making money, you can't just automatically say fuck you and everybody that fuck with you. It's like there's motherfuckers that I fuck with that don't fuck with other people that they fuck with. You know, like
Yeah.
I have friends on both. When I grew up, I had friends who were what is it? That sort of angle shit in their thingos, whatever.
Mhm.
And you know, they used to always go toe to toe and fight with each other. Just step back and be like, I'm not part of that. So
Mhm.
hopefully nobody gets stabbed. You know,
Right.
but I'm not going to sit there and you know talk shit to somebody because they friends with somebody I don't fuck with. I just
Right. And he was pretty much
ain't never
saying
me.
that real niggas should be able to decipher that. You know what I'm saying? He respects the family of King Von, respects King Von and what he stood for and everything like that. And he said that King Von knew that. So it ain't no dissing them. Nobody's dissing nobody. Ain't nobody throwing disses in the songs. So he's just trying to get some money. And I feel like people should recognize that, man. Everybody's not in a part of that beef. And they shouldn't have the whole industry be involved in that beef or blackball somebody based on a beef that these people should have behind the scenes rather than in the industry. I don't know, getting people hurt and just causing a whole bunch of stuff going on. We don't want to see any lives get taken over music. Well, we already seen somebody's life, King Von, get taken over some shit that was going down. And I guess people were trying to say it was over Floyd Mayweather's daughter. I guess they were talking shit. He was talking shit about Floyd Mayweather's daughter or trying to hook up with her or some shit like that. I don't know. So I don't know. I
I thought it was over. Like King Von died. I thought it was because he's trying to fight some dude named Rondo, whatever his name is.
Right. Yeah. And I think they were kind of saying the beef. I don't really know for sure, but they said the beef started because King Von was trying to shoot his shot at Yaya, which is Floyd Mayweather's daughter. And that's where the beef started. Quando Rondo started dissing King Von, got deeper from there. They saw each other, the fight happened. And that's how the internal beef started between the two squads. And I don't think it's ever going to die down. But I kind of feel like a lot of people aren't really, especially artists in general, aren't going to get in the middle of it. Especially the baby right now. He's already gone through hella shit legally. So the last thing he probably wants to do is put himself in the middle of a deadly beef. You know what I mean? So even though he kind of subsequently did, but I don't think he had any ill intentions by it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, they probably already had that shit written out and everything before Young Boy ever came out with whatever he did. And he was like, well, shit, I spent all this time producing all this shit, paying for all this stuff. So he's still gonna put it out. So.
Right. Yeah, he did say that about some of his songs. He said he had, before he got supposedly canceled, he had a whole bunch of songs and videos ready to come out. So when he actually did put the songs out, it seemed like he was dissing somebody, talking shit about somebody, but he already recorded that, had it ready to drop. And I feel like, I mean, that's could be the case in a lot of these situations, and the industry could be manufacturing beef for sales and shit like that. But I don't know. Like I said, a lot of deaths come in the rap game right now, as of recently. We don't want to see no more of that shit. Let these niggas get money. Why NBA YoungBoy is on witness protection in Utah. You got Lil Durk moving around in Chicago and all these other places doing whatever he does. These two people can just stay separate, make y'all money your own ways, and just keep everything in hip hop and make it hip hop. You know what I'm saying? No more deaths, no more. Keep the peace, no more violence. But with that, that ends all my topics. Unless you're trying to brainstorm who you want to go against Yoda, I think we could do that privately because I don't think we got to get Deshaun in this conversation. If y'all don't ever text back at the same time, it's just one of you guys respond, and one of you guys respond, and one of you guys respond. I'm like, God damn, let's get y'all both to respond at the same time so we can come to agreement. But anyways, we got that coming up. This is the point of the episode where I like to let them know where they can find you at and what what you got going. Let them know what you got going. So, AKA, what you got going now?
I ain't got shit going. I'm serious right now. I'm working and trying to get myself together so I can move, and that's it.
That's it. Hey, Akio Young on Instagram.
Yeah, Akio Young, and go listen to music. Listen to Pretty Ugly on I think all streaming platforms.
SoundCloud, Apple Music, Spotify, Google Music.
I don't know about that.
Google Music.
Shit, Pixel Music. What?
YouTube, all that shit.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Said and done.
PC, said and done. Go get that shit, man. We've been telling y'all, go check that shit out. Got some hot fire on there. The lyrics you ain't heard in a while, man. That straight lyrical masterpiece. I've heard it. It's fire.
Die line.
You know what I'm saying? But you know where you can
Follow.
find me at. It's SAC_Lydell on Instagram, Patrick_Lydell on the Snapchat. If you're looking for the podcast, you can find me on the Instagram or find us on the Instagram, Best of Bias. YouTube, same thing, Best of Bias, man. Go check out the videos. We got a whole bunch of videos about, we up to like 54, 55 videos right now. We need your like, subscribe, hit the bell too, so you can get all the notifications, know when we post the episode on Friday, because that's when the episodes post every Friday. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get Anime Kumite in to record this Friday. So we're trying to get that in weekly too. I'm not sure when we're going to actually drop those episodes. We'll let you know when we get that out to you, but we'll get something out to you soon, man. These Anime Kumites, we taking a little bit of time to curate every now and then, but we'll get it to you, I promise. But more merch coming soon. I got the new patches. I'm gonna show you a little preview, sneak preview. I'm gonna show you a little sneak. Showed you a little sneak preview. That's all you're gonna get for now. Sorry, audio listeners. Only the people that are watching it on YouTube got to see a sneak preview of the new hats that are dropping. They're probably gonna drop by the end of the month here. Check me out. Hit me in the DMs if you want one. Bucket hats, trucker hats, and beanies. Plenty of beanies. I know a lot of people like the beanies, so I got hella beanies this time for your head tops. But yeah, man, it's the Best of Bias podcast. Anything else you want to tell the people before we get up out of here?
Nope. Stay black.
Stay black, stay blessed, stay motivated. You know, keep reaching your highest potential, everybody, because I know it's hard out there right now. Money is slow for some people. You know what I'm saying? There's war out there. You don't really see the light at the end of the tunnel, but it's gonna come, man. Just keep striving, keep being great. Keep doing what you need to do to be a better you. And I'm sure you'll meet your goals eventually, man. Just keep being better. That's all I can say. But right now is the part where I like to say, where my theme song at? Where's my theme song at? Right here. No, but yeah, y'all have a good one.
It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. The best of bias. Yeah, it's the best of bias.
You are now listening to the Best of Bias podcast with Lydell Dinero and Hugo Twilight.